Alright, so basically, Minty's day begins with a summons from the Dragonborn.
Why summon or just she drops a letter?
Well, that too. Yeah, fine. She gets a letter from the Dragonborn to basically come to Windhelm.
What time? When the morning, the afternoon, what?
As soon as possible for her. So anytime she is ready to come. However, when you get the letter, it's early morning.
Mintra is getting ready for her daily chores. So she gets up.
Hang on.
Stretching.
Your headset was doing the fart thing again.
Sorry.
I heard that she was getting ready to do her daily chores, and I heard what sounded to be a yawn.
Yeah.
Before my ear was assaulted by static.
Sorry.
Alright. But, yeah. So, basically, once she's done with her chores, which basically entail of a bunch of tasks that the Dragonborn, because if we're doing this with the Dragonborn basically training her in the way of the voice, Dragonborn made sure that her chores also counted as a training regimen. Basically, i.e., Mr. Miyagi through Karate Kid. No idea if you've seen that movie or not.
Are you joking? Don't you know me?
I don't think we've ever had the Karate Kid conversation, sweetie.
Excuse me, I know nothing. Okay.
Okay,
I
then.
watched Karate Kid when I was a kid.
Okay, then. Then you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah, the wrecks on the wrecks of asking the cart of the horse.
Yes.
So there's no cars in this situation.
You shine the horse's fur until it has a glossy sheen.
I could shine the cart, but okay.
I mean, you could shine the cart too, but then you also run the risk of potentially blinding the driver as they get ready to send it out.
What are you talking about? I need to make sure the wheels are squeaky.
Ah, yes.
I need to make sure the horses are fed. I need to make sure that the wheels are squeaky clean.
Alrighty then.
And then after that, I need to make sure I ate lunch.
Well, yeah. I mean, you get literally a paid lunch anyway, because it's basically okay. Off to the cafeteria with you after your chores and crap, where you get basically a feast.
Yeah, and I go start everything. This is mine. This is mine. This is mine. This is mine. This is mine.
Yeah, you become a stereotypical shonen protagonist where you grow 3 stomachs.
Indeed.
But once your chores are over, that's when that's when you go and see the Dragonborn, I believe.
Minty is dropping whatever she's doing, and she is sprinting to the Dragonborn.
Okay.
While yelling at the top of her lungs, "I am coming, Melody!" Minty is on her way. You can hear her coming out the hallways.
Yeah, the Dragonborn's wizard. Phrasing! Just straight up phrasing!
Out of the way, out of the way. Mother, Minty on her way. She must go. Minty must go see Dragonborn lady.
Yeah. Basically, the guards do actually move out of the way since they have specific orders to let you cope with your ADHD. Because I swear to God, Minty has ADHD.
Well, as she approaches the door, she is so stuck when her fur tingles of her mistress being nearby. So she stops. Like, it's like, you know how you wipe the dust from the coat? She's like, making sure her fur is nice and clean. She cleans herself.
Mm-hmm.
Like, lick. Purr. Smoothens the hair, smoothens her dress, bends down with her pass in the air, running the guards, cleaning. Yeah, checked off.
Yeah.
Turns around, hands behind back, head tilted up. And she goes,
Yeah, the guard will open the door for you.
Mitzi thinks.
And basically, I gotta pull her sheet up because I almost drew a blank on her name. Granted, it's literally the one character that I've made for the longest time, and I really should know her name by
now. You know.
But it's been so goddamn long since I've looked at her sheet. But yeah, basically, Nevhessa Delora, the Dunmer Dragonborn and High Queen of Skyrim due to the high combat ritual of the Nordic peoples, is sitting on her throne like most of the Stormcloak, Jarls did, where they kind of look half bored, but they definitely look more comfortable than the ones that have to deal with the Empire.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, she's got, like, her legs, like, half spread out. She's got her arm, like, she's got her left arm resting on one of the armrests, and she's resting her chin on her fist.
Yeah, she's very bored.
That's what she looks like, anyway. However, upon seeing Minty, her expression does lighten up slightly, but you can only tell that in her eyes. Like, her face doesn't really betray it. Ah, there's my favorite disciple.
Tries to control Tail. Tail, do not switch from side to side too often. Tail come then as she walks towards her master and bounce. Mistress, you have some Minty.
Oh yes, I have quite the task for you.
What will I be with this?
You see, I've been getting some reports of another dragon nearby, specifically terrorizing the village of Kynesgrove. However, it attacks one moment, and in the next moment, it seems to vanish into thin air, as though it wasn't there in the first place. I'd like you to travel your way over to Kynesgrove and investigate. And if you can, take down that dragon.
Twist, 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 tail. Twist, 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 twist. Stop twisting tail.
You do this.
Bows down. Oh. Yes, finish, finish. She's not doing anything. Finish, finish, finish.
You do this. You're one step closer to becoming the next Dovahkiin. Using the actual dragonic name of the title.
Indeed, indeed. I love the name. She goes on one knee. Bows. Miss, I am Sorry, I'm trying to get my words. Mistress, I am honored to do out this task upon Minty. For it is my duty as your student to channel into my draconic energy and harness the power of the voice. Doom, as one may say. I shall make haste on my journey and rid the land of this fierce beast. I'll go now. Anything else, my lady?
No, that is all. Off you go.
Who needs a door? Out the window I fly.
Did you just say who needs a door?
Yes. Who needs a door? She's a cat. She's gonna scale down. She's a monk, remember?
No, I know she's a monk. It's just like, okay, now I need to figure out Nevhessa's reaction to that. She does know she could have just used the door, right? Yes, my lady. She knows she can use the door. But then again, she ate like 95 sweet rolls for lunch. That explains the sugar high.
She's busy trailing and singing. Like singing the song of the Dragonborn while scaling rooftop to rooftop like person Assassin's Creed style.
So, alright, so is she singing the English lyrics or is she actually trying to sing it in Dovahzul?
She's singing in Dovahzul while making up her own word.
Yeah. So basically, in my head, I'm now thinking of that YouTube video that somebody says misheard lyrics, and it's the entire Skyrim intro thing. Where, yeah. Alright. But yeah. Kynesgrove isn't too far from Windhelm, so when Minty did actually leave, she made it in decent time, and basically it's getting to early evening hours. Like, the sun's not completely setting yet, but the sun is still high enough that in addition to that, in her fur, it's keeping her warm despite, her being in northern Skyrim.
She is using her animal instinct to locate dragon or traces of dragon.
Okay. Yeah, so, alright. If she's using that, I'm gonna roll perception, and I'm gonna roll perception with advantage because cat. Well, cat person.
Hey, Juicy. Hey, Juicy, baby. Hey, Juicy.
Okay. Minty can barely see anything as a blizzard starts actually picking up.
Go higher and high. Go to the highest point.
Yeah, I was gonna say you rolled an 8.
Yeah, go to the highest point.
Yep.
And use her eyes to see. A dragon will always be soaring the white sky.
All right. So since you're actually looking up as high as you can go, all right, you managed to actually see what looks to be the dragon. However, this dragon doesn't look like a stereotypical dragon that you've heard your master actually describe to you. In fact, this particular dragon actually looks like the night sky. Like it is designed to look exactly like the northern Skyrim aurora borealis and the night sky. It's actually quite a serene sight.
She is hissing, ears going down, making a growl. Are there people around?
No, they all seem to have gone into what seems to be a makeshift fortress, like heavily barricaded and all that crap. Basically, the village when the blizzard started, everybody had actually started heading towards this makeshift fortress building.
Okay, where it said look-alike dragon going.
It seems to be heading towards the mountains. Where the air is much thinner.
I go towards mountain first.
Okay.
First, I need to find out. As a peep, I go find people first.
You want to go find people first?
I need to ask people about mountain. Do I know anything about mountain? I don't know. I need to speak. I need to ask about mountain.
Okay. One of the guard captains actually mentions that that mountain used to be where one of the old dragon priests was laid to rest back in the first era.
How long has that mountain been abandoned?
I'd say roughly maybe 10 years. So roughly around the same time as the Dragonborn had been active. I mean, she's still active. She just is playing the politic game right now.
Anything you can say about said mountain?
Well, there used to be a group of necromancers that practiced their craft up there. Not as much anymore. Granted, that may or may not be because the High Queen has nearly eradicated all necromancers in the country.
I will need some few things before going up there.
Okay.
I need gunpowder. Lost is not gunpowder. And something to make fire.
Oh, please tell me you're doing what I think you're doing.
Bing, bing, bada, bing, bing, bang, 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 bing.
Yes. That wasn't my first guess, but it was still a Disney property.
Party in the hall.
Yep. But yeah, basically they gather up Minty's request, especially since they were basically warned about someone being sent. They just didn't know who or what was being sent.
Thank you. And I would like some oil, please.
Yeah, you're basically given a watering can full of oil.
She puts it on her sash. She carries the barrels of gunpowder. Let's see. What else would I need from going on top of said mountain? Ah, give me a big sheet.
Wow, you are really covering all the bases, aren't you?
What do you think I'm gonna go there and freaking die?
Right. They basically take a large queen size sheet from the longhouse that's in the village.
She wraps it around her waist like a dress.
Yep.
Ah. Where do you keep your horse?
Where do we keep our what? You cut out there.
Where do you keep your horses?
In the stables over there. Why?
Go to stable stage. I am going, she said, starting in the hay, rolling in the sand of the horses.
By the gods, she sent us an insane woman.
She comes out until she starts smelling like horses. I am ready.
Yeah, the guard looks just like extremely confused. Or at least that's what you can tell from the fact that he cocked his head.
She pulls out a finger, a stinky finger. Human. I do not look confused. There is a reason to my method. For you see, dragons have high scent and know all the scents of kajit and human and horses. So therefore, I mask my scent in horse scent. It will confuse dragon.
Oh, you definitely got the confusing part down.
Then, you see, I have oil, I have gunpowder, I make boom, explosion.
So are you trying to bring the dragon here?
No. I bring the dragon down.
Right. And I'm just going to go make sure nobody leaves that fortress.
I need that. Take this out and then leaves.
Alright, so he goes back inside his little makeshift fortress.
What?
And the storm slowly starts to subside as night falls.
Minty is going with wearing the captain's hat. She's put on that the black shit over her body. She smells like horses. She carries all her things and watches carefully as there are prey around. Come on, it's nightfall. Who hasn't played Skyrim and knows that there's stuff out here?
Yeah. Anywho, yeah. Basically, as this happens, as you're doing this shit, you hear the roar of the dragon as it fades back, and it does look like it's blending into the night sky. Like you can definitely tell why the people of Kynesgrove was actually having trouble with it.
Alright, follow dragon. Like, what is it doing?
Right now, it's circling around Kynesgrove, but it does look like it's kind of eyeing the area.
I have that guy's hat.
Mm-hmm.
And I start making a lot of noise with it. But not out in the open though. Like in I am sneaky sticky, ninja. But still making noise. Ding 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 ding.
Okay.
Ding, ding.
Let me just pull something up real quick. If I remember correctly what I named it. Yeah, okay, it is what I named it. Good. Right, so basically what happens is it dives. Like, it dives straight down. And actually makes the ground beneath you shake. So I'm going to roll a dex save. For you, real quick. I'm actually quite proud of you, actually. Instead of deciding to fight it in its lair, you decided to bring it to you.
Of course, I am a martial artist. I do not advocate fighting.
By the way, I'm going to send you a screenshot here in a second. Well, you know, when it loads.
Indeed.
Just so you know what you're up against. At least to give you a bit of a visual. That's what you're up against.
I do look like a dinosaur.
It was the only thing I could find that actually fit what I wanted to describe to you.
That's one big ass dragon.
I mean, I blew it up in size just so that you could actually see it. Like, it only takes, like, 4 spaces. So it's basically, like, roughly 20 feet. But, yeah, it lands, shaking the ground beneath you. I didn't mean to roll that with advantage, so whatever you rolled first. Alright, it knocked you back a few feet and you dropped the helmet.
No, that's fine.
Now, rolling initiative. Because you got its attention.
Hold on, I want to talk. I want to talk to said dragon. Come on.
You can talk to it. Just, it's not going to... It might not listen to you.
No, it's okay. She says in dragon language, me, I am Minty. Yeah, and I'm here to say You are not invited here.
The dragon seems to
That's
be
what dragons go. Wow.
Yeah, the dragon seems to be laughing at the fact that Minty seems to think that she can boss it around.
Cookie here? Cookie here? You think this kitty here has come to play? Let me kitty say, let me teach you some manners.
You're going to teach it manners? Is that what you just said?
Of course. What do you want me to say?
Yeah, that'll work. Yeah. Basically, when it laughed, it lunged its neck to actually bite at you.
I want to jump on top of its head and push to the ground.
Okay. Let's see if you, let's see. Guess I'll allow the attempt. It managed to actually bite your ankle.
That hurts.
And it dealt 7 damage.
How's my health?
You have 27 health, but now you have 20.
Alright, no monster, nice kitty.
Now it's your turn.
Okay, looking around this field.
You have your unarmed strike, you have your chain sickle, and of course you have your shout.
Okay, first observe the area around me. How many buildings are around me? Am I in an open? See how many open spaces. Plus, also taking consideration, you see the snow simmered down, right?
Yeah.
Is the ground wet?
Ground's not really wet because the area itself is mostly snow anyway. And from that bite, you can tell that the dragon also uses cold stuff.
It's a frost type. That's fine.
But there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 buildings within reach of Minty. One of them, however, is the makeshift fortress that they used to protect the civilians.
Which of the places are dry? Like, no ice?
The closest one would be the stable area.
I don't want to endanger the animals. But the animals can run away. However, Mitsula, it would be actually a good idea. It's only knocked over my helmet. That barrel I took, the barrel that she's carrying around with the gunpowder. I'm eating right now to the stables.
Okay.
So eat to the stables, start spreading the gunpowder.
Okay.
What the hell was that?
Don't worry about it, I got a notification. And I had to double check
What?
because Cujo just got up. Okay. Alright, I'm back.
We can make.
Alright. So you said you brought the gunpowder barrel to the stables.
And I'm starting to and I like make sure all like I pick up all the animals, make sure they run out. Obviously, I don't want them blowing, but I obviously I don't want them in there when.
Well, most of the horses definitely left when the dragon landed. I can tell you that right away.
Okay, she's spreading the gunpowder all around.
Uh huh.
And then, and of course, diving. Okay, is there any like holes, places where she can just get out?
There's a couple windows, yeah. Like windowed areas. Like they're not actual windows. It's more they could fit a window in them.
That's fine. She's going to like be in the corners where being like wait like she'll once she set everything up,
Mm-hmm.
put the gunpowder, everything, also spread the oil around. She's gonna like stand by the end of the stables. Hi, I'm here, you big, ugly, dead.
Okay. Yeah, the dragon will actually like walk over to it. And it will actually sniff the area to double check and make sure that you're in that area.
I smell like horse. How the hell does she know?
I said it's going to attempt to. I didn't say it's going to succeed.
Okay, she's sniffing me out.
Because you smell like horses and it equates the stable smell to horses, it's going to actually lunge its head in for another bite. Or go to lunge its head in for another bite.
Attempt to get out of the way.
Yeah, go ahead. Because I'm going to do this.
Get out.
Because this is the one time I want like everybody to actually have like reaction things. Like this is not going to be our normal D&D game. And for those of you watching this when I post it on YouTube, that means yes, you guys can request if you want to try and get out of the way of attacks and stuff. Whether or not you succeed really depends on whether or not the attack actually hits or not. Guess what? You got out of the way.
Yippee! I want. Okay, so now I want to use my sickle to. How is it to the inside of the stable? Is its head just there or what?
It stuck its head in one of the windowed areas. So it's kind of got its head stuck right now.
Okay, I need it to come inside. So, let's hook it under its jaw. She's gonna use her sickle to gut it under the jaw here.
Okay, so you're using the get over here one, correct?
Yeah.
The get over here attack, which yeah, sickle. sickle attached to a heavy iron weight by its length of the chain. In some cultures, it's known as a kusarigama. Makes the entangle action, which I do allow that rule. Alright, let's see. Yeah, you managed to actually get it.
Alright. Dragon up.
And you actually managed to damage it somewhat too.
Yeah.
And you managed to actually pull its head further into the stable area to the point where the building's kind of like falling inward.
That's fine. That's all part of my plan.
Yep.
I need its whole body, and on top of that, use my start because I pierced it by the gullet entanglement wrap around the mouth, so it cannot.
So it can't use its bite. Yeah. Okay.
Or use its freeze ability since it gave me a frost attack.
Yep, that's fine.
And so it's in, but now with the building collapsing, of course.
Mm.
So that's fine. She's gonna use what she can to fire. What did they give her? Flint?
Yeah, flint.
Yeah. She will make a fire.
Uh-huh.
For the gunpowder and everything, and roll out of the way.
Okay. This is going to be fun. Holy shit. So I rolled survival for you to basically see if you can do those in an instant. You rolled a nat 20, so this is what Minty does.
Wow.
Minty basically manages to somehow get the strength to actually pull the dragon the rest of the way into the stables and save her chain sickle. While at the same motion, she rolls over and actually lights the gunpowder with the flint in one fluid motion and manages to get out of the way of the explosion just in the nick of time.
Yahoo!
And with the fact that they gave you a whole barrel of gunpowder. Let me just Alright, roll 10d6. You dealt it 39 points of fire damage. Which you actually just put it on, you just put it on par with almost the ability to actually put it down yourself.
Why do I imagine Terra just looking at me and saying, why can't you do cool stuff with me? I just imagine my son just looking at me with twitching eyes like, why are you doing cool things with her but not with me?
But yeah, on top of that, because I also haven't it also took like a majority of the blast. I'm also gonna roll like one more d6 because of the amazingness that was that.
Mm-hmm. Don't try this at home, kids.
Yeah, don't try this at home, kids. Alright, 68. It's at 68 health. So basically, what happens when Minty rolls out of the way after doing that? It gets up. It is incredibly pissed. Like, you can hear it in the roar. And in fact, for the first time, it's going to use one of its breath attacks.
Oh boy.
Yep. In fact, it's going to use Gravitic Breath. Alright, so... do you remember Stain?
Yes.
Do you remember when, basically he saves Deku from Anoma? How every one of the heroes could not move?
Mm-hmm.
That's basically what Minty's feeling right now. Minty right now feels an incredible amount of pressure on her shoulders, making it very difficult to move. It's not going to be impossible, but it's going to be difficult.
Minty, remember your training. This is what they prepare for. We'll just got it on par. You can do this. So
Alright.
what does...
So basically, that is what its turn was. It can only... No, that's what its turn was. It was the only turn it could do. Or only thing it could do this turn. Or at least that's what I'm allowing it to do, because I want everybody to have fun with it. So yes, there will be days where I'll be going easy on everyone, and then there are days where I'm going to hit everyone hard.
What breath attacks I have?
You have Fusroda.
That's a force attack, isn't it?
That's force, yes. That's the only shout you have at the moment. I've got a there you are. Alright, so basically I do gotta repeat something real quick. Alright, so for Gravatic Breath, it exhales a 15-foot cube of powerful localized gravity originating from the dragon. So, if you were actually fighting it in air, which you wouldn't be fighting a dragon in air unless you were actually batshit insane, falling damage in the area increases to 1d10 per 10 feet falling instead of 1d6 like it normally is. When a creature starts its turn within the area or enters it for the first time in a turn, including when the dragon creates the field, that creature must make a DC 13 Dexterity saving throw. On a failure, the creature is restrained. On a success, the creature's speed is halved so long as it remains in the field. A restrained creature repeats the saving throw at the end of its turn. The field persists until the dragon's breath recharges, and it can't use the Gravatic Breath twice consecutively. So even if I roll the d6 and land on a 5 or a 6, I can't use it twice in a row. So I'm gonna roll your dexterity saving throw, which you failed, so you can't move, but I'll still allow you to attempt an attack. You're basically just planted in place.
Yeah, that's right. This is the reason why I am a monk, and I have monk weapons. And that's why I chose the sickle.
Yep.
And that's why I chose the sickle. Do I have any gunpowder yet?
Most of the gunpowder had actually ignited on on the dragon, but there is some still on. There is some on the dragon's snout from when you pulled it into the stable.
Okay. With the bit of oil I have, with the bit of oil that I did save, coated in my sickles, activate the flints, set them on fire, and attack.
I love you.
Rabbit, you think I'm fucking stupid?
No, it's not that I've been. No, it's that I literally wasn't expecting you to do that, but my god.
What were you expecting me to do? Kill my daughter?
Alright, so you missed that attack. Somehow.
I ended up maybe yeah.
But that's fine. Because you can still. Because I know you can still win this. And besides, now that that chain sickle is currently on fucking fire, all you've got to do is hit it, and it deals an extra bit of damage.
That's fine. She's swinging. Yeah, she's like.
Okay. Alright. So, basically, it's now going to use. Well, it can't use it yet. So let me roll the d6 to see if it's shit recharged. It does not. It has not recharged, which is fine. That's a good thing for you. Alright, so basically, it goes in for a bite attack. And it also misses because it's actually trying to avoid the it's trying to avoid the flaming sickles.
I'm serious, baby. I'm serious. You can't touch me. Can't touch me. Can't touch it. Can't touch it. It was the freaking 21st century meant to be singing this song.
Oh yeah.
Alright, what's next?
Alright, so next it's Minty's turn again. I'm going to assume you're still going to attempt to smack it with the on fire sickle.
Of course.
And I also got to roll dexterity savings throw for you, which you succeeded. I'm just letting you know that you succeeded, and we agreed that your chain sickle does actually count as a monk weapon.
Yep. I need to silence it again. So how about this? I wish to use my flaming sickles to yank it back down onto the ground while dealing fire damage. Let's get it on its.
Well, let's see if you hit it. Unfortunately, you do not hit it.
So you said I passed the dex save. Does that mean I can move back?
You'd pass the dex save, but what that actually means is that your movement speed is halved.
That's fine.
But you would be able to move. You would be able to move back or forward.
I need to move against something hard, something I can scale. So what am I near? Let me see.
Well, you're yeah, you're near the fortress, where all the people are.
Go closer to the fortress made of stone. Dragon with me, I make it bash its head.
Clever, clever. Alrighty then. Well,
While swinging my sickles that are on fire.
let's see. Let's see. R1d6. Oh, that's not what I rolled. I rolled one S6, whatever the fucking S6 is.
Not you, not me.
Yeah, its breath still hasn't recharged. So it's going to go for a bite again. This time, well, I'm going to assume you're going to attempt to dodge it again.
I'm going to attempt to what's this? Not dodge it.
You're going to let it attack you?
No, I'm going to freaking use my sickles to stab it.
Ah, as a reaction to it attacking you. Got it.
Yeah.
Alright. Alright, let's see. Well, it did 10 damage to you. And you didn't...
Ouch.
Yeah, and you didn't manage to actually hit it.
Ouch. So now I'm sitting on 10.
No, you're at 17.
Okay. Alright.
It's your move.
Oh, Drake. Oh, you're the tough ones, aren't you? Alright. Let me try my own breath to knuckle down.
So you're finally going to use Flusroda?
Yeah.
Alright.
And I want to knock it down.
I mean, it's a large creature, but you'll still be able to knock it back a little bit. If it succeeds if it fails the saving throw. Con save, okay. Well, unfortunately, it makes the save. However, it still takes 6 damage.
Stupid dragon.
Alright, so now 6. Oh, yay, this is fun.
Recharge done.
No, the recharge isn't done. It rolled a nat 1 on the recharge, and because I want to do something interesting, I'm going to do a bit of DM bullshit here to assist. And basically, what happens is you see the dragon actually start to charge something up. In fact, it looks like, basically when it opens its maw, you basically see what looks to be the night sky. Like, literally, it's swirling around in the dragon's mouth. However, it winds up coughing, and from behind you and up top, you hear a loud boom.
She's gonna. What exactly made the boom?
She sees a cannon with smoke billowing out of it that was aimed directly at the dragon. Cannonball smacked the dragon in the neck. And you hear the guard from earlier. I guess you're not the only crazy one in this town.
Ah, my friend, how are you here? I see you come to help me.
And more or less. But right now, we've got a bigger fish to fry.
This makes things more fun. You keep smacking the old feller in the nuts. I have a plan.
Right. That involves blowing up the stable.
Yeah. You win some, you lose some.
Fair enough.
So now, Mintra, is it her turn?
Yes, it is.
Roll my thingamajiggy.
Alright, what's she doing?
Roll, you said you need to roll that thing.
Yeah,
save.
the deck save. Yeah. Natural 20.
Cause I'm awesome.
So now you do not feel the weight of the gravity on you.
Alright, time to do what Nina did. I want to jump on top of the dragon and over.
You want to do what?
But. I want to get on top of the dragon while it's still unable. I want to first use my sickles to keep its wings from flapping.
Okay. Alright, so you want to get on top of the dragon. And then you want to use the sickle to keep its wings from flapping. Is that what I just heard?
Yep. Yep.
Okay. Alright, you managed to get on top of the dragon.
Yippee.
Get on the frontal layer. Oh, there we go. Then, let's see. I'm gonna use advantage since you're on top of the dragon here. Okay, you managed to actually pierce the dragon's flesh. Deal an additional damage.
This dragon has hated me a lot.
The dragon is very annoyed.
Well, why did you come attack my top?
The dragon is very annoyed, but it's not getting any answers. It's basically just devolved into a feral being.
Didn't your mother teach you some manners? Oh, draconic one.
Upon hearing that, you actually see you actually see its maw start to basically open to you see its maw start to open to do the breath it was attempting to do, and yet again it gets smacked in the face with a cannonball.
We'll have to keep their mouth shut too,
However,
don't we?
However, due to the fact that that was a natural 1, the ball gets crushed in its mouth. And it glares directly at the cannon.
Whose turn is it? The dragon's now? I think the dragon needs a turn.
Oh yeah, the dragon's going to attack. And it's going to attack specifically the guard. Yeah, that hits.
Can I attempt to intervene?
You may attempt to intervene, yes.
How is it attacking firstly?
Well, it rears its head back and then goes to lunge.
With the cannon in its mouth?
Not with the cannon in its mouth. It is willing to risk its throat to attack the operator of the cannon.
Remember the cloth.
What?
Remember the cloth. The one I have around my waist.
Ah, yeah.
Attempt to because I'm on top of the dragon.
Mm-hmm.
Jump with that club and cover la face. Like basically she wants to push its head down. But if it attempts, it's almost like jumping. I think you get what I mean.
Yeah. So basically, bad kitty. Or bad dragon.
Indeed.
Alright. You managed to actually succeed in hitting it. And hurting it more.
It's probably pissed off at me.
Oh, it's definitely pissed off. Because now that you are no longer on top of it, it is glaring.
That is a bad dragon, so the hook should be on me, not on the guard. And guess what? She stares at it. It's my turn.
Indeed it is. Alright, what are you going to do? Dragon's still got quite a bit of hit points left.
I'm a monk, right?
Yes, you are.
I kind of want to use, I got Flurry of Blows. Do
yes.
I?
Yes, you do. You've got Flurry of Blows.
First I have to make it.
You have to make an attack. Yes.
Then use Flurry of Blows.
Yep.
Yeah, I want to punch it in the air. I want to punch it in the, punch in the eyes, the weak point. Both eyes.
Alright, so you didn't So it managed to basically block the first attack, but Flurry of Blows, thankfully, you don't need to actually hit, you just need to make the attack action, so you get 2 more chances to actually succeed. Alright, so this one actually hits. You deal 5 damage to it for the first of the Flurry of Blows attacks. Then the second attack for that does not hit.
It's fine. At least I gave it a black eye.
Yeah, pretty much. Alright, so next I'm going to make it the guard's turn. And then it's going to be the dragon's turn. Okay. Dragon's turn. And guess what's finished charging?
Oh god.
Yep. Though it's not going to use the gravity breath. It's using something called Stellar Flare. Which... Dexterity saving throw from Minty.
Yes, please.
That's not good.
Uh-oh.
And a dexterity saving throw from the guard. It's also not going to be good, but whatever. Holy shit, he succeeded.
Well done, buddy.
And now, roll 3d6 plus 3d6. Alright, so I'm going to DM bullshit because I do not want Minty's introduction to be fucking immediate death. So basically, what happens is the guard pushes the cannon down onto the dragon as it's using its stellar flare breath.
Mm-hmm.
And basically, he had tied the cannon to himself to basically launch himself in the path that's attacking Minty. So he takes the full brunt of the flames, while Minty only gets half of it.
Why?
No, this way Minty has more motivation to finish off this dragon. So basically, his back is completely burnt. And she can actually smell the burning flesh of this Nordic guard, as he had stepped in the way to protect her.
She's angry now.
And now it's Minty's turn.
Alright. Omar is too nice, kitty. I'm done being nice. Firstly, I want to get first things first.
Hmm.
What is the dragon? So, what do I have on me at the moment? Besides the besides the oil and everything.
Besides the oil, you have your chain sickles, you have your claws, obviously, and you have and you also have let's see, what else do you have? I mean, you can use your head. You also have a crowbar. You have a lot of things you can use. Darts, pouches, all that shit.
No, that's fine. I want to get this dragon off the ground. I actually want the cannon on top of that.
I mean, it's definitely on the ground.
I want it bowing.
You want it bowing.
Okay, time to dragon bleed from the throat. Minty is going with she's now like upset. First things first, since his back is burning, there's probably some snow nearby. She layers it on him. Uses the sheet that he gave her to cover him.
Yeah.
You and me only. Touch him, and you're gonna regret it. Getting your chain sickles, setting them on fire again. I want to aggressively stab the dragon's eyes out with my chain sickle.
Alright. I'm flat out allowing it. Kitty is pissed.
Wait, what?
I said I'm flat out allowing it. Kitty is pissed.
Yeah. She wants to stab it into it.
Because I like this narratively as motivation for her.
Yeah. She jumps up to gouge its eyes out.
Uh-huh.
Now I wait.
Yeah. Alright, so you manage to stab it in the left eye, but it leans over before you can get it in the right eye. However, you do still have ki.
Flurry of blows.
Yep.
And this time I'm not punching, I'm clawing. Flurry of blows slashing.
Yep.
If that's allowed.
I'm allowing it. Yeah, fuck it. The dragon looks dazed. Like, it looks completely dazed. Like, you can smell the you can smell the you can smell the blood and flesh of the dragon as the dragon had actually started to sway back and forth. It's not got a lot of time left.
If it's not taking its turn, I want to kill it.
Alright.
So
how do you want to finish it off?
Kratos style.
I knew there was another reason why you insisted on the chain sickles.
So basically, I'm going to use the chain, like like backflip.
Uh-huh.
Use the chain to yank its jaw up,
Mm-hmm.
slash its face, and claw like she dig my sickles up its down from its head up its neck down to its back. Let it feel that pain that it did to the guard. Damage its wings, and then I'm gonna go under its belly and get out its guts. She's murdering the dragon.
God damn. All right. All right. So basically, as this happens, you actually feel an intense wave wash over you. Like you can feel the wind on your fur, but you know there was no actual wind the entire time you were fighting this dragon, besides the beat of its wings. The dragon's the dragon's form starts to disintegrate, leaving only bones and its decapitated head.
Her eyes change color, like her, the glint in the eye.
Mm-hmm.
Like she has that thing, like intense slits of the cat. Then it turns back to normal, and she runs first for the guard. Hey,
And with that wave, she also feels a lot better. Like she is now much more energized than she's ever actually felt.
well, she's worried about the guard now, so she's like,
Yeah.
"Oi, guardsman, are you alright?"
Yeah, I'll be fine. I just need to lie in the snow for a week or two.
She cradles him with the blanket and so he attempts to pick him up.
Easy, easy. Flesh is still tender. Taking a burn to the back hurts like hell.
She takes him back inside while purring.
Mm-hmm. I am so glad I watch a lot of cat videos on TikTok, because now I know exactly what that does. But yeah, he hollers for a medic when they enter the fortress. Medic, I've got burns that need ointment. That sentence sounds better in my head.
And so now she makes sure like he's okay before she goes to inspect Dragon Corpse.
Okay. So when she does this, and it's lightly snowing, it's now the morning. It's now like the early hours of the morning. It's basically a light dusting of snow, which is basically it's just falling slowly, but it's not heavy. It's not distracting. It's not going to hurt anyone's eyes or anything like that. But she notices at one point the snow just stops falling, but it's still in the air. Just then, a portal opens up. It's a large blue portal. Kind of looks like the Kingdom Hearts dark corridor, just blue.
Mm-hmm.
And a hooded figure in mage's college robes, walks out. My master would like to see you.
Minty looks very confused. And the first thing she's gonna say is, why do people just start popping out of nowhere?
Oh, you'll find this is a fairly common occurrence. Especially in Tamriel. Especially during the times where the wheel turns once more.
I'm sorry, I cannot pass through any straight-looking door without permission from my master. Can I catch you back later?
Very well. We will accept these terms.
Wait, why didn't I say yes?
Wait, what?
So, okay, well, she's gonna wait for her master before she can speak to Gold. She's gonna carry on with what she was doing, looking at the dragon.
Yeah. She sees that the bones had been completely, had been, like, just staying there, but it looked like something had. It had looked like the skin was just completely disintegrated off of the thing. Like, no sign of, like, any kind of scavenger or anything like that. It was basically just dead, and then wind, and then no skin.
Interesting. I wonder where all that flesh was gone. Let's see, what piece I must take from you. In my mouth, the dragon by the feet. That he cried, I don't care. Okay, what part of the dragon's body is loose? Like, I don't need too much of an effort to get it off.
Honestly, the jaw, because most of the damage you did to it basically made the jaw kind of crumble a bit. But you can easily pry the remains of the jaw.
I want the jaw. Give me the jaw.
Alright. Solely just to prove that you took out the dragon.
Would I master's help?
Yeah. I mean, you did have help, but she don't need to know that.
Well, duh. Which reminds me, so after I take that jaw, she goes back.
Yes.
And she goes and checks on the guard.
The guard is currently bandaged up and is resting.
Attempt headbutt.
You're going to headbutt the guard?
Minty wants pets. That's what I'm attempting.
Yes, the Minty demands pets.
Yeah.
Yeah, I accidentally forgot to go back to normal, so you just nat 20 headbutted this guard. You just dealt 4 damage to this poor man, who took a lot of damage for you.
I'm buying him lunch. She is purring while nuzzling close to the burnt guard.
Yeah. He basically pat her head like, ow, that hurt. Hurts to move.
What's your name?
wasn't expecting you to get attached to a character, so give me a moment. Name generator.
He helped.
I mean, he did help you, so
Okay,
it does make sense that you would ask that. Nord. And clicking it. There we go. Alright, I found a name I actually kind of like. Draloff. Or Draloff. Here, let me just type it for you, and I'll post it in the Roll20 chat for...
That just sounds like you went to Frozen and just made up a new...
No. I'm literally on a fantasy name generator page.
Sounds like Olaf, but sounds different. Anyway, that's fine. Olaf, you were amazing. A hero. Make it like hero.
Yeah, I took an oath to protect when I became a guard. Though I think I might have to retire after this.
No. It is an honor to fight. You should continue fighting.
Oh, maybe when I get back on my feet. Possibly.
You'll be fine. Yes, if you spit it, then you'll be on your way to recovering and possibly protecting the village from another dragon.
Possibly. Hopefully, Sovngarde doesn't call me today.
I tell Sovngarde you. I'm so Sovngarde don't mind. Find you staying for too long. I had to save you. Pardon me if I smell like horse and blood.
That's fine, but I do believe you do have a duty to report back to the High Queen.
Yes, I need to ask her permission. But first, do you want to go bath? I'm not going there smelling of horse.
Oh, we do have a bath.
She goes to bath.
Okay.
Kitty has to make herself clean and presentable for
her master. Yes.
Yeah.
Alright, so basically after all of that, it's literally next day. It's probably takes roughly to about midday for all of that to go down, and then you get back to the Blue Palace.
She is parading.
No, the Castle of Kings or some shit like that. Blue Palace is Solitude.
Yes, yeah, she's parading with the jaw.
And basically, Nelhessa no longer actually looks bored. She looks actually rather impressed when she sees you walk in with the jaw. She's even more impressed about the fact that there is no skin
Yeah, soon what Mitty does is kicks open the door and slides that bad boy in first, and then she walks.
You managed to not die.
And she just, like as usual, poise, stands there, and bows. I have completed my task, my lady, with damage.
With damage, you say?
I
Well,
still goes.
that is to be expected. Dragons usually cause a lot of mayhem in battles.
No, I blew up the stables.
Well, I'm sure you had a strategic reason to.
Yeah, I set the dragon on fire.
I don't think I've ever actually set one on fire. I mean, except for
Oh,
causing a meteor storm. But other than that, no.
it was amazing, mistress. I led the dragon into the stables. I even masked myself in the center horses. And then I yanked it in using my trusty sight. And I set the place on fire using gunpowder, oil, and fire. Boom! The place goes. And the dragon looks so grumpy at me. So she's busy rambling on. She leaves the part about the guard jumping in to save her. But then she says, the guard did assist me. And both take some damage. So that's basically what she says. Then I took. Sorry, I was making sure I'm not too loud. Then I took the dragon and I gave it a 1-2. There, dead, slash. And I took his jaw as a souvenir.
I see. And you managed to make sure it was proof of your victory as well.
Yes.
I'll tell you this. I'm definitely proud and happy that you had actually survived. It means your training went better than I anticipated.
Swish, swish tail, swish, swish tail. Very happy kitty.
Who knows? You might actually be my successor after all.
Very happy swishing Machino tail. She said, stop. You're embarrassing me.
Is there anything else you'd like to report?
Oh yes, Mrs. Some weird person appeared out of the blue in a portal and requested my presence. I needed your permission to live.
Interesting. Very well. You may follow this person, see what they may or may not be up to, and if it poses a threat to me and my bid for the throne, eliminate them.
Precisely, my lady. Precisely. I shall do so. Before she goes like, well, hold on. How would I communicate with you to tell you of such things? Should I do this by the letters?
Oh, that won't be necessary. I have eyes and ears everywhere.
So looking for these eyes and ears everywhere.
It's a figure of speech, Minty. Figure of speech.
Ah, I see. All right, thank you, my lady. I will go report back, but first, she holds this trophy and looks for a place to put it somewhere in the throne room. and then she comes up to her mistress and bows, like kneels on and goes on her knees. She like ears go down. My lady, if you please.
Very well. She'll put her hand on Minty's head and give her gentle pats on the head. You did a good job today.
Minty's very, very happy.
Swish, 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 swish.
Swish, 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 swish. Very loud purring.
And then with
While
that,
she is...
yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, with that, you return to, well, I was gonna say you return, but it happens here in the Palace of Kings, where the portal opens up. You can tell that Nevhessa is aware of it, even though she herself is frozen in time. She is looking directly at that portal.
Are you following me? Are you following Minty?
Oh no, we're not following Minty. We made sure that you got your permission from your master. And I can assure you, we mean no threat to you or your master's bid for the throne.
You're so better. Or Minty will have to speak to you personally.
Of course. He eagerly awaits your presence.
Who is this master?
Oh, I believe you know him as either one of the divines. Lord Akatosh himself would like to see you.
Out of character. Seriously, Akatosh?
Akatosh, the dragon god of time.
Minty's eyes go wide and she is... Oh, you can see she is overly excited. Does not know how to contain herself.
She just fought a dragon, and now she's meeting a god.
She is tiptoeing, jumping, and she starts to literally leap through the portal, not thinking.
Alright. So, with that, you leap through the portal. And you said it yourself, you were not thinking. So, basically, what happens is you manage to somehow stop yourself just in front of Akatosh, as it seems his form is flickering between the golden fire dragon that he normally is to a elderly looking humanoid. But you can tell from the very presence that he is definitely still a divine.
Minty.
It's just that he seems to be weakened.
Minty greets him politely in Draconic.
Mm-hmm.
But also raising concern. So she'll say, Divine One, what seems to be the matter?
Oh, I'm sure you're aware of one of the few situations in the mortal plane. More or less specifically, that the Aldmeri Dominion is making a bid to take over Nirn as a whole.
This is as anything to interfere with my mistress.
Oh, it might. The Aldmeri Dominion believe that your mistress is a threat to their cause, but so long as she remains in Skyrim, they don't deem her as much of a threat, so long as they just keep sending their forces after her. However, this does raise an interesting question, as they have recently found a book regarding time travel. A lot of spells depicting how to go back in time, and they're looking for a particular point in time. They want to make the entirety of their race deities.
That does not sound good at all.
No, it will throw the very balance of nature off, and Nirn itself and all of Mundus will fall into the depths of oblivion.
That must be stopped. How do I stop it, Divine One?
Indeed, they must be stopped. However, you will not be able to stop it alone. This is one of those few times where Nirn itself and the Elder Scrolls call upon more than one person to protect it. I have chosen you as one of the guardians.
I am deeply honored, O fierce one. However, who are my comrades? Are they warriors like myself?
Oh, they will be warriors. They will be warriors both like yourself and unlike yourself. Their skills, I believe, will be needed in the coming battles. However, I do have a gift for you, he says as he shifts back into the Akatosh form again. And you see him half forcing himself to also be human and Akatosh at the same time, as he pulls what looks to be a dragon scale from himself and presents it to Minty.
Examines it, looks at it, admires its beauty.
This is one of my own. This is one of my own scales. It will protect you in the coming times. It will grow with your own growing skills. You are not as well seasoned as a warrior as your mistress, but you will eventually grow into the role, and possibly, maybe even, take over as the Dragonborn.
She takes the, I believe now it be
Basically, when you take it, the scale itself turns into what looks to be a tiny baby dragon, but it's made of metal.
She admires it.
And it clips itself onto your shoulder.
She admires it, touches it, her eyes glittering with excitement. Then she looks back. I am not worthy of such a gift, but I thank you. I shall work hard to become the next successor for my mistress and stop this foe from doing such a terrible thing to time.
Of course. And hopefully, if you succeed, my powers should return. And I will no longer be fluctuating between mortal and divine.
She bows. Thank you, oh great one.
Of
I shall
course.
make haste. Where do I find this so-called friend?
Basically, he points to a door, which he points to a door which is basically bright gold, and that is where we're going to end the session.